was the cutest girlie there ever was.
Okay, look, we've seen some messy internet breakups, but what's happening right now, this isn't bridge burning. This is the entire forest being salted. If your timeline looks anything like mine right now, it's a total war zone. Everyone is screaming about Candace Owens and what she's hiding about Erika Kirk, what the heck Jigsaw is saying, Mrs. Laura Loomer, Loopy Laura Loomer, Larry Loomer, and they're dropping these massive threads trying to piece together exactly how Erika Kirk started a civil war. But I promise you, the actual truth behind the Erika Kirk high school drama that broke the internet is so much more unhinged than whatever timeline you're reading. And we are literally watching in real time the MAGA women sphere self-destructing. They are destroying each other over Erika Kirk. And it all stems from something really completely boring, like mundane after school club getting canceled kind of thing. And somehow in less than 48 hours, that single minor scheduling conflict mutilated into a digital death spiral. We're talking about things involving trust funds, secret fiancés, the president of France, and turkey basters. Yes, turkey basters. I am so unfortunately serious. Oh, and for everyone else flooding my mentions, who is Larry? Who is Larry? We are definitely going to get to that because when the misgendering starts, you know the guardrails are completely gone. But before we squeeze into all of that, do me a favor and make sure you're subscribed. Hit subscribe because Willa and I are trying to keep this thing going. We're trying to keep a lead on these nut jobs, and the tea is piping hot. So if you're not subscribed, consider every sub, share, hype, like, comment, 6 words or more, every rating on wherever you get your podcast. Consider every action and F you to whoever you're cheering against. Okay, so let's get into it. The setup. So picture this. It's mid-April, Coachella weekend 2 just wrapped. We're on our way to Stagecoach in Southern California. And Erika Kirk is supposed to speak at Pinnacle High School in Phoenix. The school pulls the plug. Honestly, good for that school. It happens. But Erika Kirk's camp immediately goes into full PR spin mode. They put out this statement claiming that the gig was canceled because of serious credible deaths. You know, if that was the case, we don't support violence of any kind, even if it's against people we fundamentally can't stand. You know the drill. So with Erika Kirk, it was probably a minor scheduling embarrassment, potentially, or she didn't want to be in this hollow auditorium. Absolute martyrdom chaos. So enter Candace Owens. Now, we all know Candace. She could smell a PR spin from a mile away. She hops on X. I can't believe I'm calling it X. And is basically like, girl, please. She publicly calls out the death threats excuse, pointing out that teachers and parents were already organizing a boycott on Facebook. She even dragged in the Secret Service into this, basically saying that if there was a real threat, the VP who was at the same event on the same stage she would have been on wouldn't have probably been allowed to stay. In a normal world, this is where it ends. But this is not a normal world because Laura Loomer is also involved. And Laura Loomer, unfortunately, does not do normal. Laura sees Candace's tweet and chooses to launch a preemptive nuclear strike directly at Candace's children, which is a very interesting choice. Loomer gets on the timeline and declares that Owen's kids are orphans because Candace is more concerned attacking Erika than being a mother. We went from an after-school club cancellation to actually attacking Candace's children, or like young literal children under 12 hours. And that brings me to a great point. Today's episode is brought to you by Cozy Earth. Look, while Laura Loomer and Candace Owens are actively trying to destroy each other's families on this timeline, the rest of us normal people, dog moms included, are just trying to figure out how to show some love to the moms in our lives. Mother's Day is coming up. It's going to sneak attack us all. So think of the dog moms, people moms, mom figures, all of that, all the wonderful mom in your life. I see you. I got myself one of the Cozy Earth robes, and I have to tell you, it is the softest thing I own. I'm constantly in a battle royale with Willa, who just wants to snuggle up in it, and it is so comfy cozy. People always ask me how I stay sane online covering all this internet hoopla, which is so unhinged, and honestly, it's the robe. I put it on, I take a big exhale, and somehow the internet feels a little less internety, which given the turkey baster segment we were literally about to get to, I definitely need. So their robes and slippers are so cozy, and you can use my code Lauren, spelled Loren, for 20% off. Let this Mother's Day be a reminder that moms deserve care too. And if you see a post-purchase survey, be sure to mention that you heard about Cozy Earth right here on LPTV. Okay, Larry and the turkey baster time. All right, well, Loomer, as you know, went after Candace's kids. Candace Owens predictably chooses violence, as she does. Not that Laura Loomer wasn't choosing violence, so just a lot of that violence is on her own face. Anyway, this is where we answer that question. Who is Larry? And Candace decided to take a scholarly swipe at Loomer's appearance by misgendering her, as they do, tweeting out loud, "How many children have you fathered, Larry? It's low, it's messy, it's messy. It's as messy as both of them." Loomer quote tweets her then and says, "I haven't fathered any children because I am a woman." But then she hits Candace with the claim that her future husband is going to father more children than Candace's allegedly homosexual husband. But Loomer was just getting warmed up. It's just so nutty and chaotic. Laura Loomer followed up by asking Candace, "Did you use a turkey baster? Who squeezed it?" What? We are now talking about squeezing turkey basters to conceive Candace Owens' children. What the fuck? Candace Owen then plays internet psychiatrist, tweeting that Loomer's dad needs to be put under a 5150 psychiatric hold before she's allowed to walk down the aisle. And then Candace Owens drops the absolute nuke of all nukes. She name drops Andrew Simpson. So let's talk about the mystery of Andrew Simpson and Lord Farmer. Candace publicly names Andrew Simpson as Loomer's mystery fiance. And just to twist the knife a little bit, she asks, "Does he know you're not actually Jewish?" Loomer refused to confirm the name, just flashing her engagement ring, the one that Trump congratulated her on back in December. But the internet found a LinkedIn profile picture and profile for Andrew Simpson, who happens to work at the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. But guys, this is where it gets even weirder, if you can imagine that. Loomer didn't take the Andrew Simpson hit and move on. She decided to go international. She targeted Candace's father-in-law, Lord Michael Farmer. She literally replied to one of his posts on X, calling him out for not even following his own daughter-in-law. Candace is his daughter-in-law, and Laura Loomer is asking him, a British life peer known as Mr. Cooper, how he feels about his son marrying the #1 Jew hater in America. I mean, the audacity to tag a member of the British House of Lords in your internet beef. Lord Farmer has actually been on record defending Israel and condemning anti-Semitism in the past. And you guys know how we feel about Israel, but we also don't stand for anti-Semitism. Hate of any kind is bad. And in the past, without naming Candace directly, Loomer is basically trying to light a match inside Candace's own living room. So Macron and the $6 million trust also somehow finds their way into this Candace Owens, Laura Loomer jigsaw debacle. Now, you certainly didn't think dragging a British lord into the chat would be the finale for these two. No. Loomer suddenly claims she's uncovered a secret $6 million battery lane trust, and Candace is using this to hide her wealth. Laura Loomer, let me tell you about how YouTube works. Just take a little gander at Candace Owens' numbers right now. She's all right. I mean, all right in the monetary sense, we can assume. Okay. Loomer pulls up these legal documents from a lawsuit involving Emmanuel Macron. She highlights a section claiming Candace Owens secretly holds British dual citizenship. Candace had to come out and categorically deny it, basically explaining that just because a lawyer makes a typo in a French legal document doesn't mean she's a British spy. So butterfly effect. So let's take a step back, okay? We're gonna really tell you where this stuff goes completely berserk, if you can believe that it hasn't quite yet. Two of the most aggressive women on the internet currently locked in a death spiral over secret finances, psych evaluations, hidden millions, British lords, and French lawsuits. And why? Because Erika Kirk
Erika Kirk canceled her showing to an event. Erika didn't even post a subtweet. She just existed in a sparkly blazer, probably talking into a mic on a stage somewhere, and the entire right-wing ecosystem tore itself to smithereens trying to control her narrative. It is the butterfly effect in its purest, most toxic form. And honestly, I almost respect the beef and the dedication that they have to just tearing each other down in such a theatrical way. And that's it for today. So if you've enjoyed this video, if you want to know more about this digital car crash, hit the like button, leave us a comment. Tell us whose side you are absolutely not on. It could be both. That's okay. Make sure you're subscribed, though. We cannot continue to grow this without you. Leave us a comment. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, and we'll be back with more. Bada bing.